Congressional investigators are demanding key information be released by the Pentagon as they look into the overall safety of the military's V-22 Osprey aircraft. The Congressional subcommittee says they have not received critical data nor incident reports that they requested months ago. So this inquiry comes after 20 service members died in 4 separate Osprey crashes in less than 2 years. The most recent happened in November 2023. That was when 8 Air Force members were killed after an Osprey crashed off the coast of Japan. And that crash prompted the Air Force, Navy, and Marines to ground hundreds of V-22s for 3 months. But since then, the aircraft has been operational, but in a limited capacity. So I would like to welcome in now Representative Glenn Grothman, a Republican from Wisconsin, who was part of today's hearing. Congressman, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. First, talk about why it's important that the Oversight Committee hold this hearing.
We have tried to get information from the military prior to today's hearing, and they quite frankly wouldn't give us all the information we want, which raises the question, why are they hiding things? We obviously have had way too many military personnel die in crashes related to the Osprey. But even more concerning, these crashes are not combat related. They're happening during training exercises and what have you. We would like to know where the problem is. Is it the original design of the Osprey? Is it bad maintenance on the Osprey? Is it human error? We're not doing a good enough job of training the pilots on the Osprey. We don't know. And quite frankly, when we had the hearing today, the military again kept dodging issues related to these questions.
Yeah, so Congressman, talk more about that. Talk about the attempts to get this information and then talk about how those attempts are repeatedly being denied.
Well, we all have staff like we do on all committees, and repeatedly our staff has contacted them. They talk to them verbally. They've sent them written requests. We don't get those answers, and it raises questions. Is there something wrong with the training? Is there something wrong with the contracts or the original manufacturers of the Osprey? Is there something wrong with the mechanics on the Osprey? We don't know, and we've continually asked, and we asked today publicly. And by the way, this is a bipartisan issue. I was really glad to see today both the Republicans and Democrats were on the same frame of mind. Obviously, there's a screw up here. We have our brave soldiers dying, which is horrible enough if it happens in combat, but when it happens during a training mission, it just seems inexcusable.
Yeah, you know, and so many times issues in Washington, as we both know, become so divisive, but this is a topic that is uniting both sides. Congressman, talk about what some of the families of these victims of the crashes are telling you.
Well, it's very frustrating for them, of course, to lose a loved one in a situation like this. And then to what they can see is what we can see. The military is not entirely forthcoming as to what happened here. So first of all, you have your loved one die, and then you have to stop and hear that, you know, well, we can't tell you if it's mechanical, or we can't tell you if it's human error, we can't tell you what's going on. Makes it all the more frustrating. I know what they want to have happen. The families would like to see some changes in the military to make sure this doesn't happen again, and something positive comes out of the huge tragedy that these families have had to go through.
Absolutely. Congressman, just talk about how confidence in the Osprey has shifted, because after the crash in November, it was grounded. It is now again operational, but in a limited capacity.
Obviously, we have less confidence. It's obviously something that's going to come into play when we decide if we're going to build any more of these in the future. We may not, but as long as you have the military in the background saying we can't give you all information, I think it makes it much more likely that we will not build any more of this aircraft.
Well, my last question for you, and I know your time is valuable. Do you think this increased attention, this hearing, will cause pressure and insight and finally garner some change?
Yes, and I told all the families who were here today, it was so important for them to be here, to put a face to the tragedies, which kind of forces Congress to do something, forces Congress to say, we have the power of the purse. We are tired of this stonewalling. We want to see exactly what happened. Is it human error? Is it mechanical error? Is it misengineered in the first place?
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.